I bet everyone's next thoughts about how to get started is to actually find the deal. Everyone, this is Dan Chow, your neighborhood techie real estate investor. The very next step beyond the mindset is moving and pivoting yourself to action. This is assuming you have some capital and you have some contacts already. You want to leverage that as resources to find the deal. And there's 3 critical components to finding the deal. 1, you have to go to meetups. I know it's the pandemic or now endemic, but go out there, shake hands, rub elbows, and get to know people once again. You cannot just do it via email. It's gotta be where you meet people and expand your network, expand your horizon, and surround yourself with those that can help you grow in your real estate journey. And it's a great time to start that again because everyone feels like they're in high school again. Everyone's nervous. So don't feel like you have to come in and own the room, right? Everyone's gonna feel very uneasy and we're just starting to get to know each other again. The second thing you need to do is know your market. That's the other key piece to this. You do not want to buy in a state that's anti-landlord, especially if you're gonna buy it for investment purposes. Now, if you're in a blue state, as we call it, or a liberal state, I don't care which party you're part of. I'm part of the Green Party, which is making that money, right? Realize which market you're in. Are you in a state run by a Democrat or a Republican? Generally, red states are going to be very landlord friendly. If you're in a blue state, I'm in Washington, be very careful when you acquire an asset because there's very stringent moratoriums and other things are in place to protect the tenants. Nothing wrong with protecting people, right? But as a landlord investor, you have rights too. And unfortunately, there are many states and the federal government and the state governments that are moving against you. You want to know those headwinds and make sure that you're aware of it because risk is a very big factor in terms of real estate investing. If you're in a red state, you may not have to encounter as many problems versus in a blue state. So just recognize that there are states that have different constituents and voters in their pool that these politicians are ultimately trying to make sure that they appease to get reelected. And you are just a casualty of whatever policy that gets pushed out. They're not there to appease landlords and investors, and you're unfortunately part of that group that's being villainized constantly. The media, they're talking about how you're raising rents. That's not your fault. It's the politicians that are putting in rent control or putting red tape so developers, builders, investors like yourself can't add supply. The other thing that's going to be critical is what I call 110-to-1. That's a key ratio. You want to be able to walk the properties in your specific zip code. You want to walk 100 properties. So use Redfin, use technology, have a broker open the door. Don't feel bad about it. They get paid to open the doors, by the way. Then 10, you want to do analysis. I personally use Deal Crunch. It's a great tool. It's a free mobile app. You just punch in the numbers. Don't even need to know the math. It'll spit back out some of the key metrics that we're going to talk about later in our other modules. After you do 10 of those, 2, you want to do really good due diligence. That means that you're spending capital to do inspections or reaching out to your contractors to get accurate bid. And then you're submitting a PSA and then 1 you close. So 110-to-1. And exercising patience because you do not want to blow all your resources on that one singular deal. And that's why you want to have patience, you want to have grit, you want to have persistency, and you want to exercise that so that way every deal you have makes you money, right? Buffett's #1 rule investment, don't lose money. Rule number 2, see rule number 1. The third thing that's gonna be key to finding the deal is making sure that you continue to put your name out there, right? If you get a deal that comes your way through your inbox, you have to be able to act quickly. You can develop a reputation out there for just tire kicking. There's a lot of tire kickers out there that don't take action, and everybody in the food chain of a real estate transaction only gets paid when something closes. So there's a lot of tire kickers, looky-loos, and other people that aren't willing to take action. You want to be having a bias for action and make sure that you're acting upon investment based on data and information to make sure your first transaction is going to be one that helps you in your real estate journey. Again, if you like this content, you find it helpful, please subscribe, like, and add yourself to notifications. If I can do it, you can do it too. Wake up, stay motivated, take action.